Clash of Clans podcast, special episode number 5. Hey everybody, this is Scotty from Clash of Clans podcast, coming to you with an interview with our friend Korg, who you might recognize from the Twitter, from the blog, and all of that, and of course his clan, which is awesome. We did this interview couple weeks ago, and we had talked for probably 4 hours altogether, so it was taking some time to cut down. But this week on Clash of Clans Twitter, Facebook, all of that stuff, they featured a couple clans. You might have heard of it, you might have saw it. It was Parliament of Owls and the League of Clans, and some really cool stuff. So this ended up turning out to be an exclusive interview with all those guys, with Korg. Which was great. So, and we get a little bit of the backstory and the things that are going around. So I'd encourage you to go out there and check it out. That's Parliament Owls and League of Clans. They're doing some really great stuff. So this week we are bringing you the interview with Korg. It's just me and Korg hanging out. There is already another episode coming out with another interview, kind of a follow-up, and a little bit more condensed for editing purposes. So that's crazy. But, well, here's the episode, and keep it clashy. And we're back. Well, not really. Just me, Scotty, hanging out here with Korg.
Yo, what's up, people?
Yeah, so we're doing another special episode, and I'm here with Korg, who agreed to do this interview and has been pretty active on the Twitter and the blog and all that, and
oh yeah,
been a fan. So, what's up, Korg?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? I'm glad that I'm on the episode here. It's been a long time. We've been trying to hook up for the last couple months now, but everything's been kind of spoiled a little bit. But
yeah, all crazy and out of whack, I guess. So
yeah.
So you have been listening to the show and active and everything. So I guess let's just start with where you're at, in the game. What's your clan? How long have you been playing? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I started March 19th of 2013, this year basically.
Okay.
And I just hit Town Hall 9, a couple weeks ago, I guess now. Okay. And I maxed out my Town Hall 8. There's a couple things I left around, like my Barb King was level 4, and a lot of the Dark Troops I didn't really upgrade too much. I did upgrade Minions and Hogs, though, before I moved on. They're level 2, but okay. I figured level 9 and above is going to be really where the Dark Elixir's at, so I kind of just waited, basically.
Okay.
Level 93. I think when I started listening to the podcast, I was like down in the 60s or 50s.
Okay, yeah, because when we started, I think I was at level 60, right around there.
Yeah, basically, I think you were like maybe mid 60s or early 70s, something like that.
It was right at the beginning there, and I don't even know what town hall I was. So you're at 9 now?
I am at 9 now, yes.
Okay.
And I love it. I remember when I started, I was like, oh my God, I want to be Town Hall 9 so bad.
Yeah.
And now I'm here and I'm getting to see everything, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's nice up there. I think I hit in the last 2 months or whatever, kind of just getting stagnated at level 9. I'm upgrading things and everything seems so expensive. And,
oh my God, tell me about it.
And oh my God, you just start going, oh shit, how am I even going to make this? Because,
right?
You think about, the early levels, but it was exactly the same anyways. It just took days. It took more days, or exact same amount of days really, to save up for those things. And, but it's nice because I just, and because you haven't heard the last podcast yet, but I am going to level 10.
Oh, cool.
And I'm really excited about it because now there's going to be so much stuff to do, to be checking back in and and doing whatever. Because don't you think that there's going to be an update with a Town Hall 11?
I've been looking at like I'm a pretty big Redditor for Clash of Clans. I don't know if you're on there or not. And there's always talk about like what the next big update is. And in fact, I think there's something on there now. And someone was talking about a new town hall, and someone posted like, "Hey, I don't think that's going to be the next thing that's coming out, but that will be coming out soon." And I have to agree. I mean, Town Hall 10, there's really not much to do there. I mean, there's a couple extra buildings or whatnot, like the Inferno Towers you get to do, and the extra troop upgrades and things of that nature. But I think there's gonna be something else, maybe a new hero or something. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think they're kind of cool where Town Hall levels are at.
Well,
just my opinion.
Do you think that they're gonna keep it that the Spell Factory, the 1 gem boost that's been happening?
Oh,
because I love that.
Yeah, I've been using. I when it came out, I really didn't think I was going to use it, but in Town Hall 9, I've actually been using a lot more spells. I went all the way up to Town Hall 9 using spells very, very like seldom.
Yeah,
it'd be
or
once in a great while.
like,
yeah,
to
very
save
once in a while.
you know.
And now that I'm here, I'm actually using them quite more. So then I'm boosting them now too, because I have a little bit of gems.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're going to keep it that low. They might tweak it so it's a little bit cheaper.
I think they
kind of like
to.
they did the I think that's just more people are playing, especially when the Android update just hit. More people are playing.
Yeah. That's really big news that I heard from Lady Boneyard of all people this week. I went over there and she says, I knew she had started playing Clash of Clans, but I didn't know she didn't have an iPhone. And so I missed something because Boneyard was on Twitter and he goes, "Oh yeah, they said that." But they denied it and said it's not coming for a long time.
For a long time.
And was part of my, honestly, decision in getting an iPhone. Not really. I mean, I'm very happy with Apple. But it was a real pain in the ass to have a Droid and not be able to play Clash of Clans.
Yeah, definitely. There's a couple of people on our clan that just got new phones, and they went Note 3, I believe, and they're just saying it's phenomenal. I mean, the screen is pretty large on that Note 3, so it'd be pretty nice to have a really small tablet like a Apple Mini and play the game too. I play on an iPad and a phone. I have 2 accounts.
Okay.
So I kind of switch back and forth depending on what I'm doing, but.
So, did you start playing them both right around the same time, or were they?
No, actually, I started playing on my iPhone 5 back in March, and then I recently got an iPad 4 2 months ago now.
Okay.
Right around there. So I went all the way up to right about Town Hall 8 is when I started making that transition to the iPad, and that it's a lot better. It's a lot easier to do stuff on iPad. Oh my
God. Well, yeah, and I got my phone, and I thought, oh, now I can play it wherever. But I'm fucking horrible when it comes to battles with that thing for some reason.
Yeah, when you get on the iPad, it kind of spoils you. So I can definitely feel that pain. I have my smaller account on my phone, but when I need to check in with my main account, I typically switch to that, and it's on there until I need to come back to my alt and things of that nature. But yeah, going back and battling with an iPhone on my other account is crazy.
Well, I know. I'm like trying, putting my fingers down, and it's not quite going right. And Boneyard, he's on a 3.
Oh wow.
So it's really, and he was blown away when he saw it. I don't know if I would have been able to stick with it right away if I started playing on a phone.
Yeah, I had back a few months before I got my iPad, I had bought an iPod Touch 2 or 3, something like that, on Craigslist, and that screen resolution is horrible. It hurt my eyes really bad, and I couldn't see shit on it, honestly.
I'm glad that's why I'm glad I had an iPad when I started it. Now it's like, now knowing I can go to my phone and but yeah, you're right, it spoils you. So okay, so I guess a couple questions. What clan are you in? How long have you been there? Are you the leader? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I am actually in a clan. We are called Parliament of Owls. It's actually 2 clans, so each clan has its own name. The clan that I am actually in is Bohemian Grove, and our second clan is Court of Owls. So we're called Parliament of Owls, and basically it's not a feeder clan. They're 2 clans themselves. I am not the clan leader. I actually just got promoted to clan elder here the other day, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Been here for about a month, almost 2 months now, somewhere right around there.
Okay.
And I think this clan has actually gave me a larger boost into the game and just the love of the community, basically.
It's a pretty good, like, people are all donating and, talking with each other and all that kind of stuff, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, we always have our, the normals that pop in and out of clan chat, and the quote unquote creepers that are just around. Excuse me, but yeah, there's a lot of in clan chat, and we actually use a outside of clan chat program where we conduct a lot of just normal random BS talk amongst both clans. So it gives us an opportunity to speak with the other clan members as well, and it's just kind of random stuff. But also, there's a lot of elder talk on this particular chat program too. But my alt is actually in the other clan.
So, so yeah, there's a couple things. I mean, this is really kind of cool because it's been a while since I talked to other people about, what happens in their clan and how they do stuff and whatever.
Definitely.
So first, I guess, is you've been there 2 months and then now you finally got elder. So what does that mean? Does that mean like, okay, you have to be there certain, what's the criteria?
It's not necessarily a length thing. It's more of just how committed you are to the clan and what you're doing to promote clan activities. Like I was saying earlier, we have an art contest that just got publicized on our website with everybody that entered stuff.
Do you want to shout it out, the website, or?
Yeah, sure. If anybody is interested in joining our clan, it is bohemiangroveclan.com. And if I should spell it out, it's bohemiangroveclan.com. So that's where you can actually sign up if you're interested. But yeah, so we had an art contest. So it's just a lot of stuff about like pushing the clan and what we're doing in the current contests or the current because we have like a couple different competitions throughout the month, like Viking Week, Napoleon Week, and Man Week.
Well,
so each
tell
one does
me about
things.
those. I mean, this sounds. It sounds like your clan's like a big club,
Yeah, exactly, and that's exactly what it is.
There's always shit going on. Like
yeah, exactly. So we have like for example, my Man Week. So who is going to donate the most troops for that particular week type of thing, and there's that contest that week that goes on.
What's the high ones?
We're in the thousands. I mean, there's it's nothing crazy. I think there's something going on right now on the Supercell forums where people are donating like 20s of thousands or 40,000 troops and things of that nature. It's nothing that big, but definitely up into the thousands, like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 troops.
I'm
donations.
almost at. I think I'm at about 3,300 this time, and that's I think the most it's ever been. But I've just been donating. Been playing a bunch now.
Yeah, exactly. So. Being active is huge. Our clan default troop is archers. I mean, that's only one space per clan castle. So getting up to, if you're only donating archers, getting up to 2,000 to 3,000, you got to be on a lot, really.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of hog riders.
Yeah,
donating those because.
Yep.
I have been having my hog riders are at 5. And I've been having my both dark barracks going, and with those things, and I've been doing boneyards. I kind of
level
do a little
5
bit of his. Yeah.
Oh wow, that must be really nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, because you haven't heard the last 2 podcasts, which kind of bridge the gap. But yeah, I was working on. So I finally got my level 5s. And those things just kick ass. And what we've been doing a lot is, so Lady Boneyard joined the clan.
Oh, nice.
And she is like the lowest troop or the lowest member of the clan. I don't even know what she's. I mean, she just got Town Hall 5, and she's like, it's like a month maybe or less than a month, but we give her like really powerful troops, and then we ask her to share the replays because it was so long ago that any of us remember seeing those low-level attacks.
Oh my
That
God,
it's
tell me
fun to
about it.
watch. And it's really fun when, you know, you've given her 3 level 5 hog riders, and she goes in to this little tiny village with, you know, not even a full wall around something, and the hog riders just go in, and it's just fun to watch that kind of stuff. So
Oh, dude, tell me about it. I mean, I've when I'm playing on my account, my lower account, which is just hit Town Hall 6, I'm seeing raids that are like there's 3,000 gold like just laying around, and it's like super easy to get. So I just rush it and just like who cares what happens? I'm ending up with 150 plus gold, and sometimes I take the whole thing and I'm like, why can't it be this easy on Town Hall 9?
yeah. Well, oh yeah. Well, and I think it gets. I think it gets better. I have started to realize, and you probably hear about this on the other podcasts because this is something I want to talk to Boneyard about, but it really boils down to time with this game. You know, I think if you think about your spell or your researching troops, you know, unless you're spending your gems on, you know, shortening that, you're kind of limited by the amount of training time. And I've always, not necessarily right away when I started playing, you know, it would be not research, but I guess sometimes it was just maxed out, you know, in those early levels. But now I think like the key to the game is to always have something researching.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Unless you absolutely can't anymore. And that should be your number one priority. Because I think
Oh,
that's
definitely.
the only thing you're really limited by.
Yeah, I mean, I was because this LOC coming up that we were talking about a little bit before the
Yeah,
podcast, which is League of Clans.
Tell everybody about this, because tell me, because we just started getting into it. And I said, well, let's save it for the show. So
Yeah. So basically, what it is, it's called League of Clans, and it's basically a private circuit of clans that are going to basically be doing a trophy push, and you know, basically whoever has the highest trophies in the end is the winner, or you know, have bragging rights or whatnot.
So wait, so there's like a bunch of clans that are just going onto this. Is it a website?
They're on the website. Well, it's on the Supercell community forums for Clash of Clans, obviously. And the person that created this particular thread, his name is Tandyman217, but I believe he's kind of fallen out a little bit, and my clan leader is kind of taken over, which his name is Frank. But if you go to the site, and I could put the site up too for you guys.
Yeah.
Or you can just do a search for League of Clans on the forum. But basically, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 clans that are kind of heading up against each other.
But I bet people would, if people knew about it, I bet people would want to.
Yeah.
So it starts on this website, and then it's a way for clans to actually fight against each other.
Yeah, it's
compete.
like Clan Wars basically, but it's kind of a private thing since Supercell hasn't really done anything with Clan Wars yet, which is kind of sad. But I think that's going to be coming eventually within Supercell. But
yeah, like a league. You'd have.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a season, and apparently the way it's kind of scheduled is our first event is November 6th. The next one would be like December 11th, and then the finals to see who wins would be somewhere in January, like January 14th.
Is registration closed, or is it?
Again, I'm not 100% sure on that because I'm not running it. I'm just a part of it. I'm going to be pushing for trophies and stuff. But if you are interested, I can always contact my clan leader and figure out if we can still add clans to it or not. I would imagine more the better.
Well, yeah, because I mean that would. You know what? Here's what we'll do: is you can go talk to whoever and see if it's open, and then we'll put something up on the blog.
Sure.
And do it in the next podcast or whatever one's coming out. I'll even just record a little. Here's the update because, if you get a few of the listeners out there who want to do like a push, I think our clan would totally be into something like that.
Right.
Something where you're finally like competing against it's like it's good to do a trophy push and then you hit. I think we hit in the 3,000s or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's another thing to like play against, like
Oh,
a
absolutely.
league or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. My clan leader actually said that next season there's openings, so I guess this season is closed.
Okay, so maybe what we can do then this season is see how it goes. You can give us a report on,
Oh, absolutely.
but that's a fantastic idea because we've been doing a little bit of trophy pushing in the clan, like a few of us, just trying to see how far we can go. I went over 2,400. So I was in the Crystal League for a couple days, but I'm working my way back up.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really think I could get that high, and
yeah, it's crazy up there.
Yeah,
a lot of good bases.
It's surprising, but I learn also that you just have to have patience. So you look through and you go, based on what I have for my troops and what my army is, I can't attack that one, like even though I want to. So I figure if I raid for one thing though, like I've been going Dark Elixir.
Oh yeah.
If I go Dark Elixir to make up at least the cost of my army, and then because those hog riders, they're not the cheapest things.
Yeah, my question though too for Dark Elixir, because I just barely started farming Dark Elixir recently, because that wasn't really my focus on Town Hall 8. I guess it should have been, but it wasn't really. Would you say 100,000 gold trade off for like spell usage or whatnot would be a decent transition to 1,000 plus Dark Elixir?
Yes.
Is that a good trade?
Yes.
Okay. Good to know.
Why I would say that is because it's easy to go raid. Well, it depends on your dark troop cost too. If you've got any dark troops,
I never run dark troops, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Then
I save my dark
even
troops.
trade. I mean, it really ends up boiling down to, doesn't it, in this game, that you are trading one thing for the other.
Oh, absolutely.
If you're raiding for one thing, and I find if I'm raiding for just one thing instead of two things, I do better on everything.
Yeah, you're focusing on one thing, and then the other stuff kind of comes along after 5 or 6 raids, and you don't really pay attention because you're not looking for that. And you're like, hey, I'm sitting at like 4 million normal elixir. You're like, cool, I could use that for my barbarians level 5 or 6 or whatever.
Yeah, and it's all of a sudden it's just there. So that's what I have been. Well, and because I'm almost at Town Hall 10, 1 day and 4 hours, I think, or 3 hours. I know what's next up for my builders.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going, you know what? I don't even have any need for gold for a while.
Yeah.
So spells are going, and and well, back to what we were saying, just briefly, I think that the spells like completely change up the game in a lot of ways.
They do.
Because then you can utilize them 10 times more instead of having to wait. You should at least be able to take 2 spells in by the time it takes to train your army.
Yeah, shit. I mean, I spent about 100, almost 100K, like 99K, I think it comes out to be, on two lightning spells, a rage spell, and a heal spell when I was just trying to farm up some dark elixir to get my Archer Queen going to level 4. And I blew all those spells on one raid because this guy was sitting at like 1,400 dark elixir, and I'm like, well, that's going to get me to where I need. I'm just going to use it now and worry about it later, type of thing.
Well, okay, I guess to kind of go back to what we were talking about, you asked the question about the dark elixir and is it a good trade-off?
Mm-hmm.
What are you saving your dark elixir for at this point? Because so you hit Town Hall 9. Are you working on your drills? Are you?
Yeah, I am a big advocator of just not using dark elixir for troops. Every once in a while I'll make like some hogs or whatever, just random stuff to give to a couple of my low level buddies that are in the clan, but I don't use it because I've been working on my saving up for my Archer Queen because I was getting ready to hit Town Hall 9, so I saved up for her.
That first one is such a bitch too.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah, I love her. Deb, Deb.
Yeah, Deb.
She just got upgraded to level 9.
Oh, nice.
In my camp. So, but keep going. Sorry.
No, that's okay. So I don't spend Dark Elixir basically. I save it and I hold on to it like it's gold basically. It's black gold, it's oil,
It is.
And so I
It's the
save it
most
and I use it
precious
for her.
resource in the game, I
Oh,
think.
absolutely. Especially when you can only upgrade your heroes with Dark Elixir. Kind of sucks. Or your Dark Elixir.
Do you have a feeling on where you want to go with the heroes?
As high as they can get.
Okay, so
So-
you want to.
So that's what I spend my Dark Elixir on basically. So I'm focusing on the Archer Queen because she is phenomenal. I've heard stuff and I've seen stuff.
How do you use her?
I mean, kind of just like a normal archer. I mean, I make sure that all the meat shields are up first, and then I lay her way in the
Meat
back.
shields.
Yeah, like giants or barbs, or any other troop basically, because she stands so far back already as it is, and her hits they're just detrimental, man. She's taking shit down really quickly, and especially you get higher in hit points with her. She's just taking stuff down. She's a beast.
So you have her, or you don't have her yet?
Oh, I do have her. Yeah,
Okay.
she's going to level 4 right now.
Oh, level 4.
Got
okay.
a day and 5 hours.
Okay. Yeah, isn't that nice? Once you get past that, is it still 40,000 for that first one? Or do they?
No, I think when you get her, she's only 20. Or wait,
No, the first
I don't
one
know.
I think is 40 to get her, and then it's like 20. 22.5.
I don't remember. I don't think it was that much, honestly, dude.
Oh, it used to be.
Yeah, it might have been, but when I got her this past time, I don't think it was that high. It might have only been like 25K.
Really?
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't much, honestly. Let me see if I can pull up the wiki here real quick on her. But yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. My Dark Elixir for is to level my Archer Queen and Barb King, and Barb King really fell off. He's only level 4, and I just haven't really been spending time on him at all.
You know, and you've listened to the podcast, so you know how I've wavered on this a little bit, because those 4 minutes, it seems like a lot of time to me.
When they're down.
Well, yeah, every time you level them up, thing they get 4 extra minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
But now I have been rating up higher, and I'll tell you what, if there's anything over a 10, that is scary. I think it's a psychological thing. If it's an 8 or a 9, you go, but a 10, you go, okay, wait, this person means business, which deters me from a lot of attacks.
Yeah, I think she is 40K to start off with.
Yeah, that first one.
Yeah,
and then it
right.
goes down to 22.50.
Yeah, 22.5. Yep.
Yeah, 22.5.
Yeah. Crazy. I didn't realize that.
But I think they lowered it because I think that when she was first introduced, I think it was 40, and then it was 42.5 and whatever. But after that update, which sometimes don't you feel a little screwed after an update?
Yeah, honestly, I haven't really hit that moment because I didn't start playing right when the game came out. I found out way after. It was a pretty funny story about that. But for people that have been playing,
you're on the podcast.
Okay, well, so my girlfriend and I were just kind of chilling out on the couch, and she's always on her phone looking at the Pinterest recipes and all kinds of stuff. She's a good cook. So anyway,
That's awesome.
So I look over and she's playing this game. I'm like, what the fuck are you playing? It looks amazing, right? It looks like Age of Empires or something, right? So I download this game, and then I just got hooked back in March. So,
well, you know what the best part of it is, I think, is that because I've looked for other games on the iPad and all this stuff, but it's the only one that, because here's what I fucking hate. I fucking hate this more than anything. You went into battle, you won, and then it just gives you like the percentages. And like, at least you have this control, you have the strategic control over your troops and where you put them and when you release them. And I think that's what sets the game apart from everything else.
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's countless games that are like, I mean, it's basically a real-time strategy for the most part. And there's countless games that try to copy it or imitate it. And Clash of Clans is definitely not the first that's done something like this. I just think it's a really stripped down, easy version for anybody to really get into to play.
What would you say it's stripped down from?
It's not so complicated. I mean, like if you look at like StarCraft and stuff like that, I never really got into those games just because that there's too much shit going on for me personally that I didn't understand, or it's just kind of hard to take a hold of and grasp
without
honestly.
like fully immersing.
Exactly. And this game it's very easy and basic. I mean, you're making troops and you're attacking for the most part. And then when you really start getting into the game and start looking at the mechanics of the game and getting into the clan, and that's getting into the clan. That's a huge
social dynamic that's I think pretty unique.
Yeah, absolutely, it is, and that has a huge impact to people possibly just falling off of the game or staying with the game. Because when I it took me until about Town Hall 6 when I really figured out what the hell I was doing with the game. Honestly, I didn't know what I was doing up to then. I rushed to Town Hall 6. I didn't know what I was doing with my defenses. I didn't know what I was doing with my walls. I didn't know anything about the game. Got to Town Hall 6 and I just like, hey, well, let me just YouTube a couple things. Excuse me. And that's where the game just completely broadened my perspective of the game. Flammy is a huge guy that I was watching there for a while, and Chief Pat. Those are the two that I learned a lot of information from. I'm like, wow, this game's actually more fun now, because I used to play World of Warcraft back in the day. A lot of mechanics, a lot of different things that go on with that particular game. And this game, I just kind of teetering back and forth to like, cool, it's fun, and then back to like, I don't know what I'm doing, and those
like
baby
you can
steps.
be committal but non-committal right away, and then all of a sudden you kind of become part of this
huge community
group. Yeah and it's funny because I think about this, like, since I started playing the game, how many different people I've met, doing the podcast, doing everything, just because I like this little fucking game that was, it's hilarious.
It's meaningless, but not.
Beep, 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 beep. Breaking news.
Supercell just got bought out by SoftBank.
Okay. What is SoftBank?
So SoftBank is a very large, pretty much cell phone company provider in Japan, I believe. They just bought out Sprint recently too, 51% share.
That I have Sprint and I play Clash of Clans. So
all right, so you're a SoftBank supporter.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I do on the devices.
Yeah, I don't know too much about the company, but yeah, they just got bought out. And Sprint just got bought out, and we have Sprint. Me and my girlfriend. I have one phone that's Verizon, one phone that's Sprint. But
Sprint's better, isn't it?
No, absolutely not.
You don't think so? You think the coverage?
Yeah, Sprint's horrible all around, just everything.
I just got this thing that I put in my my house, and I get perfect cell signal.
What is it, like an AirRave?
Yep.
Yeah, I hate those things. It's horrible. You got that because you have bad coverage in the area with Sprint. Yeah,
that's true.
Anyway. I don't want to deter
from... They've never screwed me. They've never screwed me.
That's good. That's good then.
Okay. All right.
I just have different opinions. But anyway. So, personally, for me, I don't know if this is going to be...
Fuck you. Just kidding.
I don't know if this is going to be a good move or a bad move for Supercell, because, honestly, I think they are listening to their fans for the most part. I think they're listening to the podcast. I think they're on Reddit. Trolling, creeping, whatever. I think they're definitely watching their forums, definitely watching their Facebook, paying attention to what their fans want and what they're needing or wanting or suggesting or whatnot. Because what was the update that we just got? Raid playbacks and defending playbacks and all that stuff. That was a huge, like right when it started out, that kind of had a lot of flaws in it. It popped up like it was almost a clan donation, and it was like, whoa, shit, now we're watching replay? What the hell? I was just trying to donate some archers type of thing. Because it was a green emblem. Do you remember that?
God, I don't.
Oh, well, anyway,
everything changes so fast in this game,
it
which
does.
is good. Which is
Yeah,
good,
it is
right?
good. That's what I'm saying. I think they're listening to their fan base, because shortly after, there's a lot of complaints like, dude, I'm trying to donate, but I'm watching a video, or I'm trying to watch a replay and thought I was donating, one of the two. And so they changed the way it looks, and now it's blue when you try to watch a replay instead of green.
Okay.
And then a lot of people are complaining, like, I don't know how much loot they got.
because they're going
I
to
don't know how many cups
donate,
they got.
and they're
Right.
Fuck, I gotta go back. Yeah, okay.
And so there, and then another big thing too was how many cups did this person get? What was the loot that they got? What's the percentage that they did? Like, they didn't show any of that, and it was a small. You probably don't remember, because it was only a matter of like a week.
Because I told Boneyard that's what I would want to see is like.
That was a big gripe amongst a lot of people, though, and that's the thing, though, too. Like, I think they're listening because there's a huge gripe about that among the forums and stuff like that, and Reddit, and amongst clan members too. Like, dude, what the hell? This is horrible. But like, literally, like a week or two later, or maybe it might have been a little bit longer, but shortly after, they changed it where we can see the cups, the percentages, the loot bonuses that they got.
And I think what's going to be happening coming up is going to be where you can share it or you can save it. Because imagine if, like, for your clan, which sounds awesome, right? You go best raid of the week, best battle, and you can submit the video.
Yep, that's our Viking week, by the way. The highest raid, whoever has the highest loot for that week. Gain. But yeah, exactly. That would be really good too.
And then I was talking to Boneyard about like doing just for the website doing like going stupid attacks. Here's my epic failure or whatever. If you could easily record them and put them somewhere else, I think that's when things are really going to blow up. Because
storage.
Because like your video you showed me, and we will post this online, everyone.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you want to tell them about the video before we...
Oh, I mean, it's just a video, kind of like almost like a recruitment video. Just kind of shows who we are, where you can find us, and just a couple of our bases, and just a couple of things that we got going on.
Yeah. So in the break here, we did a little break. Korg sent me the Parliament of Owls, which is, you can find that on YouTube. We'll post that on the website, but it's his clan video that you submitted for the contest for the week.
Yeah, we have an art contest that we just started. This is our first one, so people are doing a lot of art contests. Someone did baked I think it looks like a lasagna, put owls on it. I don't know if anybody plays Magic the Gathering, but there's a picture of Magic the Gathering, and it's kind of like owl-esque towards the clan. One of our clan members blows glass. They made some owls out of blown glass. A couple other pictures on here that are kind of like Star Wars-esque, at least the text on it. But
do you have to send it in, or do you just take a picture of it?
Well, it could be either, because someone did like a knitting or whatever and framed it, and they took a picture of what they did, and it's an owl, and it has our two clans' names on it, and they took a picture of that and they submitted it. I did that video that you saw, and I also did like a little stick figure on a little post-it thing. I got bored at work one day. It looks
if anybody out there is listening, and you watch the video, this is like high grade fucking video, and. I mean, like, really cool. I thought it was awesome, right?
Thank you.
And Korg's worried that he's not going to win this week. So what I said to him on the break was that, I think that's really cool if you have a 50-person clan, and you're competing not competing, but like you guys are that active. I just think that's like a really cool thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's the biggest thing. That's where the game turned for me, is the clan. I ran a clan for several months, and that's a funny story too.
Well, tell it.
So my girlfriend made a clan. It was called Wu-Tang Clan. So all the old members from Wu-Tang that remember me, hello. But anyway, so she was running a clan, and it was just me and her, and I was trying to get a feel for everything, and I was, hey, I need troops, and she would be off doing something, so I'd snake her phone and send me troops or whatnot. And one day I'm like, fuck this, I'm gonna take this clan from her. So she was sleeping in bed one day. I roll over, I grab her phone, and I gave myself clan leader.
Oh,
and I put her to an elder, and then after
How long
that,
did it take for her to notice?
Oh, the next day. She didn't really care too much. I mean, I was a guild leader for WoW.
She
back
wasn't
in the day
born
too.
for it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean,
she wasn't born to be the leader.
No, definitely not born to be a leader. She's active, but not really. She doesn't play anymore, but she's one of those people like fall in and out of love of games. So. Okay. But anyway, so she's already fell out of love with Clash. But so that's how I came. I took over my first clan, and I ran that for a few months, and it's really difficult, honestly, to run a clan. You wouldn't really think so, but to really have a good, active, quote unquote higher end clan, it takes a lot of work, man. It really does.
Quote unquote higher end.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Town Hall 8.
No,
9.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Active clans, basically, we'll say.
Yeah, where it's fun to play.
Yeah, exactly. Because the clan that I had, I mean, we didn't have a website. We didn't. I mean, we used an app called Kik, K-I-K, to communicate, and that was only.
I think Blaze Dragon talked about that.
Yeah, I mean that was only like maybe 6 of us out of 30 to 40 players, I guess. And it's kind of like, okay, and trying to get the right players to not come in and leave the next day, and to keep people talking and actively donating and being a part of the clan. That's a lot of work. It really is.
Yeah, well, and that's always so interesting for me to hear about this, because I got into that one clan that, Minnesota Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And
you know what?
It's awesome. Like quite frankly, we just like what we do, and
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, sorry.
I thought you guys. No, it's cool. I was interrupting you. I thought you, for the longest time, you were saying Minnesota Knights. So every time I try to look up your fucking clan, I'm like, where the hell are these guys? Like, you guys are fucking liars. You guys don't play the game. And then I've like slowed down and like repeated a couple times, like you're trying to say your clan. I'm like, oh, it's Nice, N-I-C-E, not Knights.
Yeah, nice. Well,
then I found
you
guys.
Suppose it sounds like it's a Minnesota accent,
I guess so. So I've been creeping you guys every once in a while, but yeah. So
that's what's fun about, like, if you were friends with, like I've told everybody, friend me on Game Center, Scotty827, and it's really cool, because then you can kind of go look at other people's camps, especially like on like Twitter and stuff like that, where you see somebody and they friend you, and then you can go in there and look at their camp or whatever, and
it's easier to find people that way.
Yeah, it's just fun that way, because then I can go, oh wait, let me look at Boneyard's camp or whatever, and I hadn't checked that thing out in a long time. But so that about wraps it up for this week's episode, or I should say this episode of Clash of Clans Podcast.com. Thanks, Korg, for being here, and letting me take some time with the edit and everything. Really much appreciated. Go out and check out the League of Clans, and check out all of the Parliament Owl stuff that was out on Twitter and Facebook. There's a cool movie that we talked about in the podcast. You get to see it all. So check that out. I really encourage you, because it was awesome. So keep it clashy, everybody. You can get a hold of us at clashclanspodcast.com. On the blog, or clashclanspodcast@gmail.com, 424-27-CLASH. There's a lot of them. And at WBSMT Radio on Twitter, if you can follow all that. All right. So have a great week. Make some loot. Kick some ass. Keep it clashy. Skilly beep 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 skilly beep.